It's time to get the party started. This is the legendary Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Welcome to the Indykast. For the last 4 years, bringing to you pop culture, professional wrestling, and a splash of crass. Now to your hosts, Chad and Shelly Allen, Zach Romero, and Luna Lynn. This is the Indykast.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome once again to the Indykast. Chad Allen, Zach Romero, and other guys. Wow. That's definitely made it a sausage party right there. That was
showed you a little bit of the goods.
Closer than I ever wanted to get to that. Zach, we have guests. We have guests this week. I should pluralize that.
Yeah, we do. We have a couple of fine, upstanding gentlemen.
Do you perchance remember where those guests are from, sir?
Oh, these two men put Stankonia on the map.
By way of?
Ham City.
There we go. I was going to try to call you out and make you do the whole intro, but I thought I'd be too much of a dick.
Oh, that intro that keeps me up at night because I fucked up and I got yelled at by these guys? Yes.
In ring, no less.
In ring,
we get to talk about that in a
Immortalized.
This will be fun. So,
anywho.
ladies and gentlemen, we have the GYMNASTY Boys with us, Timmy, Retton, and White Mike.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Indykast.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
We're on the cutting edge here. We really want, the fans demanded it. They wanted some gymnasty business on the show, and we
the show needed some stank, and damn it, here it is.
You want some juice over the way. You want to get some juice in you.
Yes, some stank and some juice.
Maybe it's stank juice.
Could be. Now, gentlemen, one of the things that we do here, instead of going through the whole boring backstory of wrestling, we just try to go with some quick question and answer, some Q&A here in the beginning, something we like to call the lightning round. And so, gentlemen, we're going to ask you just 5 quick questions. You can answer them, any way you see fit. And for anybody who isn't familiar with you, this is going to be a nice little introduction piece so that they know everything that they need to know about the GYMNASTY Boys. So, Timmy Lou, let's start with you. That rhymes. Holy shit. When and where did you originally train?
I trained down in Raleigh, North Carolina with a wrestler named Seymour Snot. He trained in California with guys like John Cena, Samoa Joe, Chris Daniels, the late great Tyson Smith, and the great Khali.
I would say quite the pedigree, especially great Khali.
So, White Mike, question to you, sir.
Where did I train? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Basically, it was in Waynesville, North Carolina, I would say, with the guy named Jerry Manning. He went by Mortician. He passed away, though, in 2011. What's the other guys? BK Valor, Billy Catchersuit. I trained with him, and a guy named Ryan Chaos. Real good guy. About 10 years ago, actually. This is the 10th year.
Wow.
A decade of stank.
Why is that not on a shirt?
I'll write that down.
A decade of stank. Can you please write that down?
Yes, sir.
White Mike, what is your first wrestling memory?
My first wrestling memory is the reason I want to be a wrestler is when I was a kid. I found 2 tapes. Yeah, it was the glorious days of my life. I was probably like 4 or 5, I swear. And I found a dirty, nasty porno tape. I was like, oh man. So, that changed me. And then I found Clash of the Champions 1988. My brother had recorded, I guess. And Sting and Ric Flair, 45-minute draw. That's what made me want to do it, just because, I just really love that match.
You had 2 45-minute matches on 2 tapes there.
So which tape?
One ended a little differently.
Yeah, right?
Which tape did you watch first between the wrestling and the dirty, nasty porno tape?
Both, maybe. No, mainly wrestling. Always wrestling.
Okay.
Always old NWA, WWF early days. Just loved it.
Which tape had the more satisfying?
Made fun of it. It was great. But I had a select few friends watch it, so we didn't give a shit.
Which tape had the more satisfying finish? Flair and Sting, or the porno?
Well, as a kid, Flair and Sting, obviously. Teen years ago, that other tape came in handy. They tell you right now, they had all the red bones behind the school screaming, "Kayfabe."
All right, so Timmy Lou, same question. What is your first wrestling memory, and was there pornography involved?
Sadly, no pornography. But my first wrestling experience that made me want to be a wrestler was the match between William Regal and British Bulldog, Halloween Havoc. The big one. The match was amazing. At the time, I didn't see that style of wrestling in America. So they had two British guys killing it, and the finish alone, it like made me so angry that I fell in love with it.
I was gonna say, that was the actual same technique I got my wife to actually marry me. Just make her so angry that she that she fell in love with me.
There you go. So, whose turn is it? So
we can go back to Timmy again.
Timmy, so what was the last movie that made you cry?
The last movie that made me cry. I would have to say America's Last Virgin.
I don't even think I know that movie, and even Mr. Movie Man Zach Romero is looking confused at that one. What's that movie about?
Basically, it's an old 80s film. The kid that fell in love with a girl that was just moved to his school, and his best friend got her pregnant. He ditched her. He swooped in to try to save her, and she got pregnant. He sold all his stuff, even his car, to help the woman make the decision to not have the baby. And then at the end, when everything was looking good to where he would finally get the girl, there was a party, and his best friend was there, and he was in the room. He walked in the room, and the girl, his best friend, were making out again.
That in the 80s, no less. So that's that's serious business.
Yeah.
I will have to not put that on the Netflix queue, because that sounds like very depressing.
Could be a great final 30 episode.
That's true.
White Mike, same question. I can't wait to hear this one. I hope it's the porn video. Last movie that made you cry.
I don't know. I can't really think of a movie that made me cry, but I can tell you, like, when the last time, like, something did make me cry.
By all means.
I'll say this is a sharing space.
That made me cry. I was like, ooh, they fucking killed it. And then I just felt like the emotion in that match, it was really good. I think it was 2015, almost that maybe.
Nice.
I don't know, it was a really good match. I was like, oh, why am I crying? The girl's killing it. My eyes are wet.
My eyes are wet.
See, I can't really think of a movie, though.
Well, that's a good thing, though. If professional wrestling, which you're already, involved with, can still generate that kind of emotion out of you, that's a good thing. You don't want to be jaded and dead inside. Not yet.
Wrestling makes me feel all the emotions more than one of you, or more ways than one day.
Timmy Lou, especially when it comes to big summer blockbuster movies, are you more of a Marvel man or a DC man?
Honestly, I would have to go with Marvel.
Good choice.
I haven't think few and far between really good DC movies that I've seen.
It's legit. I mean, Wonder Woman's getting all the praise in the world, but up until then, everything seems to be various degrees of slipping on one's dick. But before I tamper with the jury pool anymore, White Mike, what about you, Marvel or DC?
Well, growing up, it was always, Fox Kids, X-Men, Spider-Man, and I always watched Batman animated series. And Peter Wars, yeah. Oh, man. But, as far as movies go, man, Marvel, always. I mean, they're killing it with them movies. I can tell you why they kill it. I'm looking, right now, I got all of them on Blu-ray, so I got them. So Marvel all the way. But, I love Batman, but it's like, I fell asleep during that damn movie. 2 hours and 45 minutes. I was in the IMAX sleeping. Come on, y'all.
Also, side note, Did you guys know that the X-Men theme song is just a sped-up version of a Whitney Houston song?
What, the original cartoon series?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I knew that, so that makes me feel good in my heart and soul right now. I love me some Whitney. I didn't know that.
What song was it?
Something that's like, Be My Baby Tonight or something like that? Yeah.
I'm not here.
Comic book karaoke, that's the future of this show.
Leaving them skating and boozing and sucking and fucking and feeding and sucking and sucking and getting love by tonight. Sorry.
There you go.
Song.
That might be the first time we've had a guest break out with song.
We're dropping the GYMNASTY album, so y'all had the first look at the first sneak peek at our song. So
if there's a GYMNASTY album, I would be at the merch table in a second to buy that. I'm sure.
Well, if you've ever seen a GYMNASTY merch table, there's plenty of other things too.
Pause that. Let's get to the last thing.
Okay, so
we'll definitely talk about that. So who's turn? White Mike. Well, since he was the one singing too.
True.
Number one music pick on the music pick when you're on the road. What's the CD or what are you playing on your artist or that you have to have while you're driving?
Oh, well, I ain't driving. I'm most of the time sleeping. Shit. Gotta have that R&B mix from like early 90s, mid 90s, just all that shit. Boys and Men, New Edition, Bobby Brown, H-Town, everything. Just getting the sheets wet, Daddy.
that's his genre of choice. Right. The sheet wetting.
Sheet wetting.
Yeah.
I'm with James Prince, man. I'm telling you.
Timmy, what about you? When unless you're sleeping too, if you're driving on the road, what is the number one song that you usually go with?
My number one song is Bobby Franklin, My Heart Will Go On.
I can see them doing the whole freaking Titanic thing too with it. So I don't know why. That's just the way I see it.
That's legit.
So, well, Zach, actually, why don't you go back and mention? So, yeah,
recently we had the GYMNASTY Boys fight the Ugly Ducklings in Florida at the.
I beat them one time in Orlando, Florida. It was magical.
I was just going to say,
magical.
We had them at Brawl USA Logan Mania 3 in Newport Richie, and then they went to Ignite in Orlando later that day because
and fought again.
Yeah, because they're goddamn workhorses. But in addition to them gracing the beautiful meth-filled streets of Newport Richie, we got to experience a gymnast. What?
Yeah, I said those ducks ain't nothing but half-breed ducks.
Half-breed ducks.
There you go.
Badass.
But we got to experience a full-blown gymnasty merch table at Brawl USA, and I don't know what I liked more. If the actual gymnasty merch was great, the amiibo selection was actually pretty excellent. Some of the used video games also top notch. So it's like an all-you-can-eat pussy buffet of. I don't know why he said that.
I don't know either.
I like that. I'm agreeing. Put it on the table with the legs up. Call me the Pac-Man. Goddamn.
I don't know why I said that. Something primal. I'm so sorry.
This turned into what was it? Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, a little. I don't know. It got a little weird. Anyways, but yes. So you wanted to bring up the merch table. So
I'm interested. Did you just happen to have a bunch of stuff in your car and said, "Let's throw it out and see who buys it"? Or
walk us through the evolution of a GYMNASTY Boy merch table.
Well, we're from North Carolina, so we've almost patterned ourselves from George South. If you know who George South is, he will sell you anything. And when I say anything, he will put a Burberry box on the table and sell it to you for $40. Sell Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. Yep. And we've been actually called a new version of the Rock and Roll Express. I'm a Sticky Morton, and I'm Robert Gibson.
Robert Gibson.
Goddamn geniuses, these two.
Hey, maybe we can get a match out of this. That would be great. Yeah, because we're down for that. But for the Cock and Hole Express, throwing that out there. That's another sneak peek.
I was going to say, I'm writing these ideas down for possible T-shirts.
Yes. The Cock and Hole Express.
We're not going to probably sell a whole lot of those. Yeah, I don't think. Well, maybe in Japan.
I think you might be surprised. We can write it in Japanese. We've done that before,
true.
too.
That's the trick.
That's the trick. It's just to write it in Japanese. And
side note, if you do have a wrestling T-shirt with something sexual written in Japanese on it, don't go eat sushi with it on, because the very kind old waitress lady will attempt to read your shirt and make for a very uncomfortable dinner.
Or Sunday.
Well, I was going to say, the shirt that says straight up boner fuel with in Japanese lettering, and she's attempting to read it, and I'm like, no, just more wasabi, please. No, you don't need to keep reading that.
I was going to say, which was
Let her read it, though. They got rooms back there. Right.
Yeah, that's true. You could have gotten a massage and a shower table out of it.
I've gotten everything at a buffet. It's my kind of buffet. You can make it happen. I believe in you, man.
I was just going to say, the motivational words of the Gymnasty Boys. Now to sort of...
White Mike spent 6 hours at a buffet, too, for something completely different.
Now, let me ask, gentlemen, of all the things that you've carried on a merch table, what was the most ludicrous thing you've ever successfully sold?
I mean, I don't know. I can sell the shirt off my back like no other. We've already done that 4 times. But I'd say the most wildest thing is our Gymnasty mystery bag. Yeah. yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. I ate the can of peaches out of the bag. Both bags. You still owe me peaches. We'll call it. We'll get some peaches. All right. Within those mystery bags, there was a diaper, a pregnancy test, chocolate bars where we ate the chocolate and so was through the wrapper in. Yeah. What was it? There was like a streamer. A streamer. Yeah. Your eating stuff. There was no, it was actually like a baton, baton streamer. Actual streamer. Vaseline. A freaking probably a dinosaur. Little Tracer X dinosaur. Fruit roll-ups that I bit into. I probably ate the rest of it, so I don't think that made it. Well, I think I put a battery in there. Probably clip my fingernails and put it in the toenail clippings.
So, okay, so somebody...
Yeah, big, nasty toenail clippings I put in there. They was green.
So somebody buys this. Now, do they open it in front of you? Like, do they open...
I didn't wash it.
Do they open the mystery bag in front of you and go through it, or do they wait to go home?
Oh,
and then...
no, they opened it when they got that down, and I was also the final. That's it, baby.
Marketing geniuses.
Can't back out of the deal.
big no refund sign up just to be sure.
That's actually what's all over the mystery bag. Is it just says no refund all over it. It's a shrewd marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Now let's take something out of the wrestling headlines here. There's been some hullabaloo about
hullabaloo.
Yeah, old timey. It's the offensive buffet line or old timey adjectives. That's where I'm going with here. So there's been some hullabaloo about what people are calling tip jars in wrestling, be it either people throwing money in the ring after a match is done, or various other ways of just giving direct money to wrestlers, either as they're wrestling or after a match or whatever. And there's been people on both sides of it. There's been people who are for it. There are people who are against it. So I was wondering how you gentlemen sort of felt about that whole concept of kind of foregoing merchandise and people just throwing money at you in general. Do you think it's...
My personal opinion on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a damn tip jar. I got kids, man. Hey, for real. I gotta pay everything. I pay my child support. I gotta pay my bills too. I feel like if I shake it hard enough and fast enough, you better give me a $1, right? Get that. Come on. Tip jar. I mean, I don't know how people feel about it, but I mean, hey, it's for the people. It's what they want to do. I don't care. It doesn't sound bad to me, but then again, I probably sound like an idiot right now.
Well,
I don't give a shit. You know?
Well, the biggest complaint I've heard about it is that there are people who are assuming that if it becomes a more regular occurring thing, that fans are just going to throw money in the ring after matches or whatever, that promoters will try to pay the talent less to sort of like balance it out. But
well, not that part. But my thing is this. That's right now. But it's been a tradition in Mexico for years, and it's transcended over in America. I don't really see a problem with it. Also, I find it hilarious. That some of the old timers, or vets, the vets that are complaining about this, negates the fact that they were using rats to give them money for shows, to go to shows or support whatever they were doing. So if a fan wants to give wrestlers money for their hard work, I don't see the problem with that. I concur.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point.
I don't.
And like that, and
I mean, I'll still use the rap and try to get people to throw money at me. I mean, at least throw some change at me. Damn, I need it. All right.
So officially instead of
give me extra.
So you're saying instead of making it rain, it's okay if fans were to make it hail at your matches by throwing like quarters are okay. Is there a cutoff on the coinage? I mean, nickels, leave those alone. The pennies are obviously a no-go. But
you can spend it, bro. Throw that credit card, girl. I promise I'll call you back. Maybe.
Throw the credit card. You guys should just go into the ring and have your have like a
little square swipes.
Square, yeah, exactly. Just have that ready to go on that one.
I have that. That's it on there. Got to keep it on there. I put somebody in the rest hold and you can just slide that on my square. Yeah. I want to get booked in one of those, Japanese matches, man, where you just, go all out with the women. You just, close off, bang in the ring, and then hit the finish, brother. Where we going? Oh, yeah, you're going to take my fucking helicopter. Round my yacht. 1, 2, 3.
Hit the finish.
Yeah.
Well, I get my passport, that's going to happen, so y'all look out for that tape. That's another exclusive.
Well, I was going to say, I'm thrilled with the amount of exclusives that we're getting here.
I still hope that goes into a mystery bag.
True.
Yeah, gymnastic take over Bangkok.
Again, marketing geniuses.
So, gentlemen, a question we ask for everybody. You guys obviously do a lot of traveling all up and down the roads of the United States. Every once in a while, you do hit a point where you get hungry. And
White Mike wakes up in the back seat and he's got the grumblies.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, Cuddy. Pull over. But thank you. So when you're driving along, you see a shining beacon of light out there, and you know you're going to get the best food possible. Is that shining beacon a Sheetz or is it a Wawa?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've never had Wawa, but I mean, you give me any gas station that's got some gummies in there and some root beer, I'm in there.
So gummies and root beer.
Cheap gas station. Yeah. Well, I've had the pleasure of experiencing Wawa. Honestly, I'm gonna call it a tie. Ooh, because they're the same, but they have their different specialties. I love the paninis from Wawa. They're delicious. I love the spicy chicken biscuits from Sheetz. Favorite fucking panini. Yeah, right now. So I never really got the war on Sheetz and Wawa. Let's just get along, man. Yeah. Just like wrestling, we like all those. It's always get along. There's money to pay on both.
Well, sadly, this show is definitely a house divided when it comes to Sheetz and Wawa. I don't know how divided it is because I'm the only one that's really throwing the banner for Sheetz up, but I don't care. I will do it anyway because Sheetz is amazing. So,
and also now here's another question, gentlemen: can people barter at a Gymnasty Boys merch table for root beer and gummy bears? Is that gonna?
If they brought them root beer and gummy bears,
if a fan brought root beer,
they probably get a mystery bag.
That's true. Anyway.
I'm sorry?
Can the fans barter with you for, like, if they were to bring root beer and gummy bears for you?
Let's say some wonderful backwoods Floridian comes to a wrestling show, and they want to barter. They want to barter with the GYMNASTY Boys.
Exchange goods for goods.
Exactly. And they bring a 12-pack of A&W and a bag of...
Is that Haribo?
Yeah, gummy bears.
Gold pack, the good ones.
The high-end gummies.
Lifesaver gummies. Make us some lifesaver gummies, and we'll call it fair trade.
There you go. Lifesavers, good to know. For the dozens and dozens listening, take note.
Maybe and stuff, and you guys go your separate ways. And we'll see you when we see you. And a ZJ. Yeah, you boys want a ZJ too?
I was going to say, it sounds like there's a whole barter system that could be worked out with the GYMNASTY Boys, right. Especially if you're female. If you're male, it sounds like it's root beer and gummies. But
female, male, hand to hand, brother. The is $20.
Oh, good to know. Now, we, in addition to the tip jar question, we do have somewhat of a more serious question here. This is the famed David Starr Memorial question. There's a lot of hot takes, as it were, on the internet when it comes to wrestling, is that certain things are killing the wrestling business. And every week it seems like it's something new is killing the wrestling business. But one of the things that David Starr brought up is that part-time wrestlers who are not really trained, are willing to work for free.
Or a ham sandwich and a handshake.
Ham sandwich and a handshake as a paycheck. He claimed that was what was really killing the business, was wrestlers who aren't trained, who are taking spots, on cards. Now, how do you gentlemen feel about that? Do you feel like part-time wrestlers are a nuisance, or is that something you're not really coming across very often?
Right now, we haven't really crossed those paths. I know there are a couple of guys that have been trained to wrestle for free. I can't do it. Yeah, I body hurts every day, brother. I love it. So at least give me a couple of dollars, baby. Yeah. I understand the passion for it, but at the same time, you wouldn't ask Ric Flair to wrestle for free. You wouldn't ask Road Warriors to wrestle for free. And they never didn't. Listen to me. It's not so more like the guys that are being available to wrestle for free. It's the promoters that are okay with letting guys wrestle for free or not being trained and just having bodies on the promotion to cover a show. So that's what my problem is, the promoters, because just like any employer, you wouldn't have a guy walk into a doctor's office like, I've never went to school, I've never even seen a dead body or opened anything, but I can do it for free. Send us, pay us, and maybe lay us. Yeah, that too.
Pin us, pay us. Why is that not on? Oh, hold on.
So, I'm one of those wrestlers that wrestles in a pair of Jordans. So hopefully, I'm killing the business. I think this was a setup question because I am killing the business. Have you seen me up there? I'm killing the business, really.
Actually, very interesting.
John, that is. We thrill the business. I like to kill the business. I feel it.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up, White Michael.
White Mike, is that his?
That's like if I was his parents.
Yeah.
So we've noticed lately you've almost kind of dubbed yourself the king of trash bag wrestlers because they seem to like to keep throwing you up there. What's your thought on that particular page? Other than you obviously are royalty of it now.
That's true.
Man, I've never heard of that page. I don't know why they keep putting my likeness on there. If they're gonna keep doing it, I need my money in my check to be in the mail because I think it's wiggity whack, man. Like, hey, at least tell me to put me on there or something. Well, who's putting pictures on there? But I don't really give a fuck. I got, goes back to the pin me, pay me. We have good recommendations. So, fuck that page. We're close with actually David Starr. You're Cody over? Yeah, the new Ring of Honor World Champion, right? I'm close friends with Too Cold Scorpio. So, yeah. It's not like we're trash bag level. I mean, I have gear. I mean, yeah, I wrestle in Jordans, but those Jordans are 20s, and I keep them clean, David. Come on, keep up.
You got to keep them neat. That's the important part. That's hard to do.
That's the difference maker.
So, actually, and very interesting, you had mentioned the current Ring of Honor World Champion, Cody Rhodes, or just Cody, because for some reason WWE owns his name. Especially, I know the last time he was at PWX, he had talked about how he's a big fan and wanted to wrestle you, Mike. And so now that especially he's got the title, are we working on getting that match set up? Because I think White Mike, Ring of Honor World Champion, has quite the ring to it.
I mean, how long did it take Daniels to get it? What was it? Was it 16 years?
Something like that.
Maybe longer? I'm not sure. I mean, I've been doing it for 10 years, so yeah, brother. I mean, everybody I work with has belts. I haven't had a belt since probably 2009. I don't count those. I need all the belts, so you have to strap me down.
Timmy,
I'm kidding.
Timmy doesn't count his belts because he has too many to count right now. I've seen pictures. So
I would love it. I would love to wrestle Cody Rhodes. Just Cody. You know, man, I don't own the man name. Let the man be called. And, come on, baby. But I would love it.
I definitely don't disagree with that, by the way. I think the holding the Rhodes name hostage thing is fucking ridiculous, but that's just me. So
now, Timmy,
I mean, he compared me to his father too, which he doesn't really just say that. I would feel like so. That's just crazy, So who knows? It might happen. It might not. We'll see. But I feel like I'm next in line.
Right. Yeah, basically.
Anywhere, anytime. But he knows I'm waiting. So we'll see what happens.
So, Timmy, I had a question for you as well. Back at the Logan Mania and Ignite shows, you've been wrestling with an injured arm. Like, you got the full cast and everything. First of all, how did that injury first happen? And secondly, what made you decide, like, no, fuck it, I'm going to keep wrestling, it doesn't matter?
Well, it happened back in Tennessee for NWA Smoky Mountain, for the Smoky Mountain Cup. I was in the finals, and I was given a belly back suplex, and I was down on my neck. I put my hand down to protect myself, and my chest landed on my hand and broke my hand completely.
Ooh.
I think I was knocked out for a good 5 seconds. I woke up, they was trying to take my ring. We were backstage watching, me and Tony Gibbons, and we both go, God damn, he's dead. And we're like, oh, it was rough. Like, they had on YouTube, like, the me getting out of my neck and the aftermath of it. Instantly, go check, is he okay? This guy, it was scary. But I finished the match, and it takes what? What did you say? It's so ridiculous. Reverse ride. I was like, okay, Timmy's good then. Take a fucking reverse ride. The funny thing is, I don't remember taking that. I don't remember doing the moonsault. I don't remember a good portion of that match. I think I have no. But it was funny. After I went home for 2 days, I was just pulling on my fingers because I thought it was jammed. And I pulled on my pinky, and then a bone just stuck out.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, guess I'll go to the hospital now.
Yeah.
Took X-ray. So I just put a cast on because the 2 weeks prior, the 2 weeks ahead of me, I had to wrestle I was wrestling Willie Mack, and he was one of the guys like I really looked up to when I was coming into wrestling, and I had the Super 8 tournament, and I've always wanted to wrestle in that tournament, so I said, damn my hand. I just put a cast on and just kept going.
Wow.
And I kept going because I have bills to pay. You just can't teach passion. That's passion and heart right there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the first part was very poetic. The second one, although much more realistic, not as poetic. Like, I had this hero of mine I had to fight, I had a tournament I had to be in, and also fucking bills got to be paid.
Yeah. That car payment's not making itself.
So, no, that's incredible. And like I said, even down here at Logan Mania 3, you guys put on an unbelievable tag team match, one of the highlights of that whole weekend, even with one good arm and one not so good arm. So, I mean...
Thank you for that.
No, like, you guys are incredible.
Even if Zach did botch your
Fuck you, Chad. Anyways.
Couldn't help myself.
Gentlemen, so we've got some very, very specific questions here that we need to ask you. Got some serious business to attend to here.
Keep me on phone, man, because I got warrants out here in the streets.
So, question number one. Unfortunately, in the world of professional wrestling, this art form that we all love, we lose a lot of talent early. And so, with that in mind, both of you kind of come from different backgrounds in terms of your introduction to wrestling and the different experiences you had. So, White Mike, let's start with you. If there was any wrestler, manager, any personality associated with pro wrestling that is no longer alive, who would you have wanted to work with and why?
Yeah, I want to work with and why. Like wrestling, of course. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I'd love to work with Kurt Hennig, man. Eddie Guerrero, good grief. He whose name we shall not say. Good grief. Chris Benoit. I said it. Man, there's so many, and it's just unbelievable. Like, I could just go on and go on, but it's sad because, like, you see your heroes grow old. I just wish, like, all the wrestlers were still here. Because, I mean, Ray Traylor, I'd love to work Big Boss, man. I feel like he's a good, big guy. Like, awesome. Like, good grief. It's just, something.
Well, Timmy, what about you? What would be your top choice, Timmy? If you had to fight a ghost from pro wrestling, what's your number one pick?
I would fight Patrick Swayze. I love him.
I don't know if Patrick Swayze counts. Does he make a WrestleMania appearance?
I'd almost be willing to go with it.
I mean, Terry Funk is in Roadhouse, but I don't know if that counts.
Plus one. Sorry, I was rude. Sorry, Timmy. It's okay. I still forgive you. My top choice, I'd say, Owen Hart, Mike Awesome, I would kill to have Rick Rude be my man. Why did you ever me? I'm sorry, I'm thinking about it. I'm sorry. You had your turn. I know. God damn it. That's the ADHD. Rick Rude, so he'd be my manager. I said it. Please. Oh.
Rick Rude with the GYMNASTY Boys would be downright amazing.
Well, I will also be playing a dream match of Mr. Perfect versus White Mike now in WWE 2K17. I will be putting that together now.
You definitely have to watch that so we can watch that.
I will. I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to start streaming those.
I'm leaving. Horace Hogan. Is he dead? Well, he sure is.
Bing bong bing. That was a zinger. So.
No, I don't know. Hard left. Yeah, just like me. Hello.
Well, I commend you both. I commend you both for both naming Mike Awesome. We don't get nearly enough Mike Awesomes when we ask this question. But I feel like if you were going to fight the ghost of Mike Awesome, I feel like the problem is, regardless of who you are, Masato Tanaka is going to get first dibs. Like it doesn't matter where you're going to fight Ghost of Mike Awesome, Tanaka's going to be there to fight him first. You're like, God damn it, Masato! Anyways.
You fought him enough.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, question number 2. And this one takes some context. We here at the Indykast believe that every animal in nature is given certain evolutionary abilities to ensure its survival. For instance, giraffes have long necks, rhinos have the big horns, etc., etc. Our belief is that human beings, as an animal, their evolutionary trait is their ability to use tools. So with that said, we'll start with Timmy Lou. If you could fight any animal, what would it be, And what weapon do you use?
It will be a bear and my third leg.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Well, that's not the first time we've had a bear attack. Definitely
Right.
the first time we've had a penis attack.
That's true.
White Mike, what about you? Any animal, and what weapon do you use?
Why do I feel like this will still be his penis?
I would fight a fucking humpback whale with the pipe that Tanya Harding had.
It'd take a lot of swings.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Well, if it's truly her pipe, then he gets first dibs from behind. He gets to come back behind the humpback whale.
Yeah, the whale has to say that. It has to be a Indykast sketch, too.
There you go.
There you go. We're like,
It's like a radio play just now.
there you go. So, gentlemen, this is the time in our episode which we have now officially been given permission by one Brian Cage for you to get your shit in. So, if you could let everybody know where they can find you on social media, where they can buy your merchandise, all that fun stuff, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, you can find us on Facebook. We have a fan page, the GYMNASTY BOYS. We have a Twitter at the Gymnasties. Right now, we don't have an Instagram, but we are working on that. If you want to buy, I have one other thing I know shit on my phone. That too. I have an Instagram at Timmy Retton. I also have a singles Twitter at Timmy Retton. White Mike. Yes. He has a Twitter. I got a Twitter. White Mike is like 011789. He's gonna change it to just White Mike. Change it, but just type in White Mike and find me, Daddy. Come on, you know what to do. For our booking information, fcgm.1988@gmail.com. He would love to wrestle anywhere, any promotion, against any tag team or singles. It doesn't matter. We'll put the stank line on it, Daddy. We're going to, we might be late, Daddy, but we're bringing it good. Yeah! Every time.
And any upcoming events that you guys want to promote? Anywhere that people can find you, or just keep scouring the internet for Gymnasty Boy footage?
I'm at, tomorrow in Indiana, I'm at IWN Mid-South against TNA's Congo Kong. Oh, my God. And Friday, I may or may not be in APW Chester, South Carolina, yes, because my wrestling license comes in. And then we'll be in Warzone in Fayetteville, North Carolina, in a six-way scramble to win the Warzone Tag Team Championships.
Nice.
Oh, yes, going down. And, the next day, I think, be July 2nd, I have, I think it's Firestar Pro Wrestling will be there. Well, I'll be there. Yes. And then, what? PWX is coming up soon, man. This is how we do it. PCW. Yeah, well, it's on Friday. Yes, July 7th, we'll be taking on those damn Ducks again. That's right, those dastardly Ducks. How can I forget? We're going to pluck them raw. I'm going to pluck them down. Knocked out of them. Then July 8th, we'll both be at PWX. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. That also is a shared show with Evolve. Evolve, yes. And then the next night, AWE, home of the big backs. So black and white just chilling. With a just hanging out. What he said. For AWE's show with Evolve as well. So we'll be quite busy all of July. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Not a bad thing to have. So.
Well, gentlemen, thank you once again for being on the Indykast. Continued success to you both.
Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Timmy Lou, quick recovery on the obliterated hand. And fully gimmicked, we'll stay in touch about potential merch. I scribbled down some ideas here.
Yes.
And for the dozens and dozens listening at home, thank you all for tuning into another episode of the Indykast. For our missing wives, which lock them both in their rooms.
Right.
Because we can't have them talking to the Gymnasty Boys or they'll divorce us.
Yeah, exactly.
For Chad Allen, I'm Zach Romero. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And as always,
Deuces.